This motion of the mountains is caused by the movement of the Earth's crust that they are located on. The Earth's crust sort of floats over the mantle layer, which is denser. It was at the beginning of the 20th century when, for the first time in history, a German scientist by the name of Alfred Wegener proposed that the continents of the Earth had been attached together at the initial phases of the world, but then drifted in different directions and thus separated as they moved away from each other. Geologists understood that Wegener was right only in the 1980s, 50 years after his death. Discovered as a result of the geological research carried out at the beginning of the 20th century, this movement of the Earth's crust is explained by scientists as follows. The crust and uppermost part of the mantle, with a thickness of about 100 kilometers, are divided into segments called plates. There are 6 major plates, and several small ones. According to the theory called plate tectonics, these plates move about on Earth, carrying continents and ocean floor with them. Continental motion has been measured at from 1 to 5 centimeters per year. As the plates continue to move about, this will produce a slow change in Earth's geography. Each year, for instance, the Atlantic Ocean becomes slightly wider. There is a very important point to be stated here. God has referred to the motion of mountains as drifting action in the verse. Today, modern scientists also use the term continental drift for this motion. Continental drift is something that could not have been observed at the time of the revelation of the Quran. God clearly indicated how it was to be understood. You see the mountains you reckoned to be solid, in the verse. Though he described a fact in the following verse, stating that the mountains were going past like clouds. Clearly, the verse points to the movement of the layer in which the mountains are fixed. It is without doubt a great miracle that this scientific fact, only recently discovered by science, should have been revealed in the 7th century, when conceptions of the nature of the universe were based on superstition and myth. Iron is one of the elements highlighted in the Quran. In Surat al-Hadid, meaning iron, we are informed, "We also sent down iron, in which there lies great force, and which has many uses for mankind." The word anzalna, translated as "we sent down," and used for iron in the verse, could be thought of having a metaphorical meaning to explain that iron has been given to benefit people. But when we take into consideration the literal meaning of the word, which is being physically sent down from the sky, as in the case of rain and sun rays, we realize that this verse implies a very significant scientific miracle. Because modern astronomical findings have disclosed that the iron found in our world has come from giant stars in outer space, since the temperature in the sun is inadequate for the formation of iron. The sun has a surface temperature of 6,000 degrees centigrade and a core temperature of approximately 20 million degrees. Iron can only be produced in much bigger stars than the Sun, where the temperature reaches a few 100 million degrees. When the amount of iron exceeds a certain level in a star, the star can no longer bear it, and eventually it explodes in what is called a nova or a supernova. These explosions make it possible for iron to be given off into space. All this shows that the iron metal did not form on the Earth, but was carried from exploding stars in space, and was sent down exactly the same way as stated in the verse. Astronomy has also revealed that other elements were also formed outside the Earth. In the expression, "we also sent down iron," in the verse, the word "also" may well be referring to that idea. However, the fact that the verse specifically mentions iron is quite astounding, considering the discoveries made at the end of the 20th century. In his book, Nature's Destiny, the well-known microbiologist Michael Denton emphasizes the importance of iron. Of all the metals, there is none more essential to life than iron. It is the accumulation of iron in the center of a star which triggers a supernova explosion and the subsequent scattering of the vital atoms of life throughout the cosmos. It was the drawing by gravity of iron atoms to the center of the primeval Earth that generated the heat which caused the initial chemical differentiation of the Earth, the outgassing of the early atmosphere, and ultimately the formation of the hydrosphere. It is molten iron in the center of the Earth which, acting like a gigantic dynamo, generates the Earth's magnetic field, which in turn creates the Van Allen radiation belts that shield the Earth's surface from destructive high-energy penetrating cosmic radiation and preserve the crucial ozone layer from cosmic ray destruction. Without the iron atom, there would be no carbon-based life in the cosmos, no supernova, no heating of the primitive Earth, no atmosphere or hydrosphere. There would be no protective magnetic field, no Van Allen radiation belts, no ozone layer, no metal to make hemoglobin in human blood, no metal to tame the reactivity of oxygen, and no oxidative metabolism. This account clearly indicates the importance of the iron atom. It is clear that this fact could not have been known in the 7th century, when the Quran was revealed. Nevertheless, this fact is related in the Quran, the Word of God, who encompasses all things in his infinite knowledge. In addition, the 25th verse of Surat al-Hadid, which refers to iron, includes 2 mathematical codes. Surat al-Hadid is the 57th surah in the Quran. The numerical value of the word al-Hadid in Arabic, in other words, its abjad, is the same number, 57. The numerical value of the word Hadid alone is 26, and 26 is the atomic number of iron. An information provided in the Quran about rain is that it is sent down to earth in measured amounts. This is mentioned in Surat Az-Zukhruf as follows. It is He who sends down water in measured amounts from the sky by which we bring a dead land back to life. That is how you too will be raised from the dead.